Well, here's a weird way to start a video, I guess. You know that feeling when you're about to sneeze and it's kind of uncomfortable but satisfying at the same time, oddly? Well, that's the feeling you should have when creating some cool art. Alright, but to get serious, actually that was serious, but to get even more serious, I'm of the opinion that you have to be comfortably uncomfortable to create something interesting and cool. For example, look at this fire painting that I did. It is quite literally an actual fire. And as cool as it would be to say that this was a walk in the park to do, this painting process put me through possibly every emotion that exists. And I have the emotional range of a robot. So take that into consideration. And might I add, I think this painting turned out pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it. That brings me to another point. You know, sometimes when your brain tells you to do something, you do it. So when your brain tells you to paint a campfire at 2 in the morning while you're watching an episode of Breaking Bad, then you might want to actually consider doing it, and pretty soon. Don't brush it off, because when that passion goes away for you to create that thing in your head, in that obscure moment, then it'll probably go away forever. Alright, no, I'm being dramatic there, but it'll probably go away for a pretty long time before you actually have the motivation to do it again, especially if you're someone lazy like me. So attack it and get into that pre-sneeze feeling that I was explaining earlier. In fact, every time I paint a glass, which you'll see here, I had some of that pre-sneeze going, and sorry, pre-sneeze, but it never disappoints. Or maybe I just have an anxiety problem. Who knows? I mean, this one here behind me, I was literally just thinking about breakfast. I was just eating a bagel and I was like, I bet I can make something interesting out of that. And quite honestly, sometimes it's just that simple. This one also, I believe, turned out pretty cool. Another very important thing, stay true to your style. When you look through all my paintings, you can clearly identify a style here. And what do I mean by style? It's more than just the subject matter, all that plays into it. It's the colors I use, how muted things are, how... Matter of fact, I'll just put them up here for you to look at. As you can see across the board, there's similarities in warmth, there's similarities in the type of subjects I paint, how realistic yet loose things are, sort of a impressionism type deal, if you know what that means. I quite honestly just see an object, an everyday object, and I paint it in a style to possibly look cooler than it actually is. I believe that a true artist can reveal the beauty in the mundane. You don't always have to paint the type of subjects that you think people would like seeing. Sometimes painting things, ordinary objects, such as I do, you can make them look interesting for people to view, even though they wouldn't find those objects on their own to be interesting. Now, I don't really know what I just said there, but I feel like it made some sense. And not to keep talking about myself here, but another thing that I find unique about my style, or not unique, but something that sets me apart from some, is how dark everything is. The lighting is dramatic, the backgrounds are dark, and I think it really makes the objects stand out. And you can really maintain your style even when your technique gets better. You can refine your style while still keeping it your own.